Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
I'm here. I'm here. What's going on? Good morning.
Turn on the music real quick.
Lambo, good morning. Jake, good morning.
Good morning, y'all. Jake, Lambo, what's good? Everybody in the chat, how are you guys doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world / United States. Ooh, good morning, bro. It's
What's up, Redline?
it's been a week. It's been an
It's been
eventful week.
a week.
It's it's been an eventful
I do
week.
look hungover or tired. I'm tired of shit, Lambo, for real.
Well, wait, you're not hungover though. You're more like recovering,
Exhausted. Recovering
recovering.
is a good one.
I mean,
Now, I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you this, but I actually a job offer came through this week for another job, and I try to leverage it to get a raise at my current company, and I think it worked.
well,
I think it worked.
so you with your boss, basically, a company came to you and said, "Hey, are you interested? Blah blah blah. We're willing to pay X amount, whatever, right?" And then you said, "Hey," but you didn't even go through the interview stage with this company. You just kind of said, "Hey, someone reached
I
out."
went no, I went through the whole interview process. I went through the initial phone screen. I went and met the hiring manager. I went and met the team. So it was like a 3, 4 week process. But I told my supervisor at the time, I was like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm entertaining this conversation. They
Smart.
hit me up on LinkedIn. And I didn't think nothing of it. They were looking for like 2 levels above where I'm at,
Yeah.
right? So I knew that I wasn't like super qualified, but your boy got a mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So I was in there
100%.
just, so I was in there just kind of selling, and I didn't think an offer was gonna come through, and an offer came through, and I talked to my boss on Friday, and she was like, close the door. I was like, what's up?
Oh,
She was
oh
like, you need to
shit.
tell me. She's like, you need to tell me what's going on. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, are you leaving my team or what? And I was like, all right, well, I got an offer and I told her I declined it. I declined the offer, and she started like, tell me more. And I was like, I declined it not because the money was better, because the money's better, but I declined it because you trusted me to be on your team and I want
You
to see this team
smart
through.
motherfucker. You.
And she was like, and she was like, she started crying, bro. So she started crying and she was like, I'm really moved. And she's like, I don't normally put in requests for mid-year performance reviews, but usually mid-year performance reviews come with some type of raise. And I was like, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. Like,
Oh, that's
all right.
so. Wait, wait. Okay, so, but the real question is, first, congrats, brother. Once you, I know you pretty much will get it. But what was the reason why you declined it?
Honestly, I declined it because like the work that I'm doing now, I don't know if everybody knows in the chat, I'm a safety supervisor. Who does that, right? Safety sounds stupid, but
Huh? It's needed.
uh it is. And the job was looking for a safety manager to oversee the transition from one warehouse to another. And it was just gonna be hell of work. Like a lot of work. Like they have nothing in place. They have like no policies, no procedures. They want someone who's able to like write and implement, and I can do it. Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, they offered me the job, I could do it. But it was just I'm comfortable where I'm at, and you know what I mean. Like, I want to see. I did like help her grow the
Oh,
team that I'm
okay,
in right now,
okay.
and so I kind of just want to
So,
see it through.
well, let me ask you another question. If the company that offered you the job, they had a more, I guess, a better foundation, it was more of just filling a role and executing the role versus, building and rolling something out, would you have taken it?
Oh, for sure, for sure. It feels it feels more like it feels more like implementation because you have to understand, right? Like we're older cats, right? Lambo knows. You can't teach old dogs new tricks, right? The company that I interviewed for, they've been around for like 50 years.
Yeah.
And there's employees that's been there for 20, 30 years. Like I'm not gonna come in there and be like, hey, you should wear a seatbelt. They're
Yeah.
gonna be like, fuck them, fuck you.
Yeah, what the hell?
You
What's
know?
going on here? That doesn't matter how to do my job. I mean, I think seatbelt
Exactly.
is kind of extreme, bro. I mean, I'm sure they would wear a seatbelt, but
Of course.
it's
But this is
it's
different.
yeah, that fuck yeah, I would, of course. All right. Well,
No,
that makes sense. Um, dude. Well, bro, congrats, man. Um,
we'll see what congrats is when the race comes in. We'll see what that looks like.
so going to the next segment, bro. Lambo had a really good request about before we get into our topic a topic was sharing stories. One of each of us share a story about each other that no one wants to know about, and I know you.
Did you still want to do this?
I wouldn't mind you sharing my story.
That one?
Yeah, like that one. You know, I because I felt like, hey, it is what it is, and I don't think this person's ever gonna watch the pod. If they are, I'm
What
gonna.
the fuck? That's a
Uh,
big if.
yeah, I don't think so. All right. You know what? Just don't bring any names. That'll be helpful, and then
Oh my
we
god.
can go into that. But this is mostly for I feel like it's something that we could definitely share, and
You just think it's funny. You think it's a funny story.
it's a funny
It's fucked up.
story. I don't know how many years has it been? It has been at least it had to be at least 10 years ago, right?
Was it at least 10? No, actually longer. It had to be longer than that because I was still with my ex.
Okay,
So it had to be like 14 years ago,
so
15
does
years ago.
anybody know the rules of? Does anybody know like the legal rules? Like Lambo, are you in the chat? How long can is it a? It's not a crime, right?
I mean, it could be. All right, I'm
But
just gonna go
but
into
it's
it.
not me though. But it's not me
Story
though.
time. Story time. Here we
But
go.
it's not me though.
All
It would be somebody else that would get more of it.
right. Do I say his name too?
No, you can kind of just go, bro.
All right. So So Redline was he was with this girl for quite a while. And they had she had a dog prior to him. So she had her own, it was her dog child, right? Because we were in college, and we don't have babies yet, so it was her dog child. And she decides to go on a trip. She went on a trip. I don't know where she
Hong
went.
Kong.
Hong Kong, and she entrusted Redline here to dog sit, right? And Redline had the good idea because, well, I don't know if you guys know, Redline's lazy. He's lazy as fuck. So he didn't want to watch the dog himself. So he took the dog home, right, to his family's house. Okay. Um, I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay, so from right there, he took the dog and he's chilling. He's with his family, right? So I get a phone call. It was
Thanksgiving
like
night, by the way. It was Thanksgiving night.
2 in the morning. It was 2 in the morning, and I thought it was just like, all right, maybe he's drunk or whatever. So he calls me, and he was like, "Bro, the dog jumped off the couch." I was like, "Okay, like, what the fuck?" He was like, "No, you don't get it. The dog jumped off the couch, and I don't know how, but he hit the back of his head on the corner of the table." Like, what the fuck? This is 2 in the morning. This is 2 in the morning. And okay. And he was like, the dog didn't make it. What the fuck? What do you mean the dog? I was like, hold on, say it again. And he said the whole story again. And he's like, can you believe that shit? And I was like, yeah, bro, that's nuts. And I was like, I'll talk to you in the morning. So I hung up. I hung up the phone. I wake up, like, what was it, like 8 o'clock, nine
Yeah.
o'clock? I wake up, I call him back, and I'm like, yo, Red, what really happened to the dog? Like, that story was stupid as fuck. How the fuck did this dog jump off the couch, do a 180 twist circle, and then hit the back of his head on the corner of the fucking table? Like, that doesn't make sense. Sorry, Jake. Yeah, this is a bad story.
Yeah, Jake. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of funny too. But it R&B.
So, uh, Daddy Redline, is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
fair?
yeah, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
So fucking Redline's dad, he's hilarious. I love your dad, by the way. I love your dad. He's fucking so funny. But so I call Redline, right? I call Redline like 8 in the morning, and I'm like, bro, what really happened? What's going on? And he was like, you didn't believe my story? No. Like, what the fuck?
And I said, damn it.
He's like, fuck. The dog was barking at his dad, and the dad tried to like shush the dog, like shoo him away with the jacket. and it started to like get aggressive. So the dad like swung his jacket and it hit the dog, and the dad still had his keys in the pocket of the jacket, and just I guess he smashed the dog's head, and
So
it passed away. And I was like, that's fucking hella sad.
the dog started getting seizures, and
Oh
then
my god.
yeah, I still remember
And
to
he
this
goes,
day.
he goes, hey, um, but I'm gonna tell her the first story. Do you think that's cool? What the fuck?
Because I couldn't tell how. And okay, so chat. So unfortunately, the dog, still had seizures and everything, and my dad was trying to take care of the dog, but we couldn't, so we took it to the vet on Thanksgiving night. Thanksgiving night, and we had to call the owners of the dog because it was my ex's and the parents and the brother and sister's dog. So yeah, 100% Lambo. Basically,
Never.
we had to call them in Hong Kong because the vet needed to put the dog down because, and so we had to call them from in Hong Kong and let them know, and then they had to give the okay from Hong Kong.
Just hold on, chat. Just so you know, this is the first time this story has ever been said out loud.
Yeah,
Like,
that is.
this is one of those like Lambo. You asked for a secret story. Like, that's one of those things that we've never talked about again. we I took that obviously not to my grave. You asked for the story. You said it was cool to talk
I
about, but I was
know.
ready to take
I
that.
did it for
I was gonna take
Lambo,
that to the grave.
but what? Okay, it gets worse. It gets worse.
What do you
So
mean?
so obviously they're international, right? And I had to pick them up from the airport.
Mhm.
So so like a week later, I go to the airport, pick three of them up, and then we get to the house and they start unloading the car. And guess what came out of the car? Dog toys, a new
Oh,
dog cage. The little things you walk around when you put the dog in. Like I forgot what you
oh
call them. Like the one that you
my
open the little
god!
front cage and stuff like that. Like they bought
Yeah,
all that
and,
stuff for the dog. Like before, so they
oh
were unloading a
no!
bunch of stuff, and then
Oh no!
and then obviously we get to the spot and it's this awkward thing ever, right, bro? This is awkward, right? I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my god. And then I
Oh,
remember, um, we got the dog cremated, and then I handed them the thing, the cremated remains, and then they sat me down, and then the brother, who's the main actual owner of the dog,
oh god!
what happened? And I think I used the
First story.
because remember, so my home there's like 6 other dogs there, like
There's hella dogs
there's
there.
hella dogs there.
Your family loves dogs. Let's put that in writing. Let's
I
put
mean,
that on
do
the
they?
internet. This family love. You have six. Your family has 6 dogs, bro. Your
Well,
family, the fat one. They
yeah.
they they love dogs, bro.
I want you to let you know now. You know how many dogs are left at my parents' house?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm scared.
There's none.
Oh god, bro, because they freaking overfeed your dogs. That dog was hella fat. The other
Hey,
one,
he
the
but he was
fucking
but he was 22 years old.
that thing was like a fucking hot dog with nubs. It was
Yeah,
just like
dude, he was such a cool
little
dog
nubs.
though. I love that dog.
He was
But
so happy all the time
he was. But the thing,
because he ate like fucking rice and an adobo every day.
dude, my mom, I don't know, bro. I don't know what my mom did. She goes, "Oh, he's happy." I'm like, "No, he can't eat that." Uh, but they sat me down, asked me what happened, and I literally said that the other dogs were chasing each other. And then while they're running under the table, because at my mom's house she has like all those antique tables that has
Yeah,
like crazy little railings on the bottom. So like,
yeah.
supposedly hit his head. He goes, "So he just hit his head?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he started seizuring. Okay, are you sure? I'm like, "Yeah." Okay. Like they didn't believe shit, bro. But like
No,
to this day, that is what happened. To this day.
goddamn. And now the real story's online. Great. Am I an accomplice? Does that make me an accomplice for knowing the whole
That
time?
means the whole chat is accomplice now to this whole situation.
Lambo, I'm gonna give them your phone number. If I ever get this call, it's gonna be weird. I'm like, go talk to Lambo. It was
Y-
his fault.
Yeah, that's dad. My dad killed your dog. Yeah, I
Facts.
could see. The thing is, I couldn't say that. My dad killed
Yeah,
your
I
dog.
mean, look at the implications. If it, you know what I mean, it would have been bad either way. But you know what? You took that for your dad, and your dad owes you one.
Yeah, we should tell him that. Hey, remember
I
that
think
one
I did
time?
tell him. I think I did tell him that.
I think you joked.
Oh no, at your wedding.
Yeah, yeah,
It was at your wedding.
yeah.
It was
You
at your
did.
wedding,
You
and
did.
I was holding my daughter, and he said, "Oh my God, your daughter's so cute. Let me take care of her." I said, "Uncle, you know what the fuck happens when you take care of live things, okay?" He was drunk. He was
Oh,
drunk.
I
I was
know,
drunk.
I know. And
It
he
was
was
funny.
too. I mean, you saw his lip; it was just giant. It
He
was.
started laughing. It was crazy.
Okay. So, chat. Going to the next
Good
segment.
Lord.
I don't have one for D or for Boogs because I feel like he's expressed it all. I'm sure there's stuff that there's stories about him that he hasn't told me. So, um,
Goodness
but I
gracious.
kind of want to go into another segment, which I think is super interesting. So, chat. Originally, we had the how kids had it. So we had a good topic this week about what we had as kids in terms of toys or activities versus what the kids have today. I feel like still a great topic, but
Yeah.
something happened the last
What
couple
happened?
days, right?
What happened?
So
What happened?
so the Davis thing, we gotta talk about it, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, he wanna go some real shit. That's some
dude,
crazy
no, this
shit.
is crazy, dude. So chat, check this out. So last week we talked about is being in a fraternity worth it, right? Like literally, that was our topic. Was joining a fraternity a topic? Tell me why. Like 2 days ago, and Boogs
Three
mentioned
days
about this
Thursday.
too. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. two
Thursday.
days ago, we see on the news one of our brothers, well, no longer a brother now,
Ex brother.
ex brother, got arrested for murder.
What the fuck?
What the freak, cat?
That's
What?
insane.
That is insane. So joining a fraternity, I think, it's still great.
You know,
It's
all
mind
right,
blowing.
so I hit up some of the bros and they were telling me that like this dude was so mind you, right? Like me and Red, we joined the frat
Yeah,
2007,
yeah.
right? 16 years ago. So it's completely different than what it is now. But so I hit up some current bros and they were saying stuff like he doesn't talk to anyone, he doesn't hang out with any other bros, he doesn't like associate with
Really?
us. So why did he get in? You
Yeah,
know, like why how did he get in? Like what's going on? And so that was like the whole thing. And like, you know what? Like the question from the other chats that I'm in is like they're questioning like the brotherhood of that site, of that chapter. Like what's the point of crossing bros if no one's talking to them?
yeah,
And so I don't know, man. Like that hit me kind of like what the hell? Like the text messages to like if you have any pictures with this person on social media, like get rid of it. Like what the fuck? Like
well, clearly
it's
not because he doesn't hang out with anybody supposedly.
exactly there was no pictures to get rid of. So but I don't know, man, that was nuts. That was
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah. So chat, just again, it's on the news, and again, I think we have to be very careful about like saying, but obviously we never mentioned what org we're part of, whatever. So, but basically, this person, I don't know. People said he's a serial killer. I'm like, what?
Because there was three. There was
Two confirmed, and then one that was critically injured.
two confirmed and one attempted. Yeah.
Yeah. So so
Dude.
so
Oh,
what's up, TS? So basically, TS we're talking about is that we just found out a couple days ago that one of our organization's members, or again, I mentioned me and Boogs were in a fraternity, or are in a fraternity. We're alumni now, obviously, but was arrested for murder a couple days ago. It was just
crazy.
mind blowing to me. That I was like, I didn't know
I don't
I don't know the person personally. Neither does Boogs. Like
yeah, I don't know.
we're old. We're old in the organization. We're like the OG. We're like the OOOGs.
Yeah.
Um,
But still, you know what? Like, since we're online and we have like a little bit of a platform, if you're ever feeling some type of way and you have an affiliation to us, whether you're in the chat or freaking if you know us personally, like hit us up. Like we're real people, you know what I mean? And I know that I'm busy. I know Red's busy, but if anybody needs something to talk about or something, some outlet like
Yeah.
that, murder is not the right outlet. Like
Yeah,
go do
no.
yoga.
No,
Go
or
go do yoga.
just beat your meat, bro, or something. Get that stress out of your system.
Play Call of Duty. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah. That's
goodness
fair.
gracious.
I don't know about the whole murder thing.
So many different outlets. There's so many different outlets out there.
I would just mind blow like what he's probably gonna get life for sure, right? Like that's like
Oh, for sure.
yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, nowadays I don't freaking know. Like he might get 4 years with, you know, time. So I don't
Stop.
fucking know, dude. Like how things are
Stop.
nowadays. I mean, I'm just saying, but that depends. The older I get, the less life sentence is deterrent. You fuck with my family, you'll pay. Oh, 100%. I
Oh, for
like
sure.
that. I like that Lambo. I like that.
Oh yeah. We with you.
Yeah, that's just crazy, man. Unfortunately, someone I think he was 21 years old. So that's
21.
yeah, he was 21 years old. Kiss my ass. What's up, buddy? So yeah, so arrested on murder charges, and we'll see. I don't
That's
know,
fine.
and there's no motive either so far, so I don't know.
Zero motive. But they're giving him the serial killer title. Did you hear that?
But yeah, I saw the picture too. I was like, kind of looks
I
like it.
know.
Yeah,
I
kind
was like,
of.
dang it.
Yeah, TS, he's
Dang.
21. He was 21. It's all over the news.
Do you think so, Lambo? Out on parole in 5 years? I think he'll be admitted to some type of psych ward or something.
He's gonna plead insanity.
Probably. I mean, that's what everybody does nowadays.
Oh my god, I didn't mean to. Oh, whatever. Oh god, I'm sure. I mean,
That's
hey, mental
crazy.
illness is a real thing. I totally agree. Right, but I
I
mean,
agree.
but killing two people or causing a harm to someone else. I mean, there has to be some stricter laws on that. But
I mean, I agree.
you know, I don't know.
Fucking crazy, bro.
I feel like in any situation, like the victims and their families should have more peace and justice versus something else.
For sure.
But
That shit like sucked the life out of me, bro. Like when I got that news, because like when I heard about it was when the Warriors just like blew out the Lakers,
yeah,
and so I was all excited about the game,
yep, that's a good
and
game.
then I get the text messages, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I got a bunch of messages saying a former brother is a serial killer. Oh, oh, hey, that's crazy. That's a funny topic because we just talked about it last week, and we were
I
telling
know.
Mitt you should join one.
It's so fun. Join. It's
Yeah, it's
all fun of the
fun.
games.
Hey, man,
It's
hey,
cool.
out of all the what 700 brothers, I mean, we had one bad apple. I mean, that's still good percentages, I guess. You just got to do a better
What is
job
it?
at. I think we're at 600 or 700 brothers now or something.
We gotta be around there, brother. So many of us.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
That's too
chat.
crazy.
There's that. There's that topic. It's
Our life
insane.
could be a our life could be a movie. I feel like that could be a Lifetime movie.
Oh, dude, I feel like
We could make that all
if me and you wrote a book, I feel like it'll be really eventful. We could put pictures in there too.
time. No, I don't think pictures should be a part of it.
I think it could be good. I think it could be good.
I'm
Uh,
down. I'm down to write a book. I actually started writing a book. Is that weird?
wait,
That's
did
hella
you really
random,
start
right?
writing a book?
I did start writing a book.
So walk
Yeah.
me through that. Like, what does that look like?
No, it wasn't about like real life. It was
Yeah,
it
it's
was like a
fine.
rise of it
Science
was like a
fiction.
rise of all it was because of the boys. The boys. Do you watch the boys
Yeah,
on
of
Prime?
course I watched The Boys.
Bro, X rated. It's the best. X rated comics, bro. Like that shit just got me. And I wanted to like write a book. I'm not evil by any means, but all these superhero like movies and stuff that were coming out, it was all like the same like
Dark
this
humor.
not dark humor.
No,
It
no,
was like the same
you
like
want
the
the dark
bad guy,
humor.
the bad guy, the
Yeah.
bad guy, the bad guy. You know what I mean? And I started to write a book and I wanted it to be from the bad guy's perspective, like why he's doing and then Infinity War came out and I was like, fuck, never mind. That they did that already.
Yeah, they could no, they started doing that too, but I mean, but still, that's a really good like were you using actual characters like from the Marvel world or are you using like you making your own
No,
character?
it was like brand new. Like I was gonna make it up myself. So I started it out. I probably got like two chapters in,
Wait,
and then
what?
and then Infinity Wars came out. So it was really like developing like the guy, right? Like
Yeah, it's early
the
story mode and like
early
flashbacks.
story mode. He gets like powers. He wants to do good, but he doesn't know how. His life fucking sucks. Like everything is just like kicking him down, and then he just takes the easy route and decides, you know what I mean? But he doesn't want to be like every other villain from a comic book, and he wants to like build an empire. And it was I thought it was okay, but you know, again,
Well, what's the
that he
character's
did.
name? I'm
I
intrigued.
actually don't. I didn't have names. I didn't have names yet.
What
I,
what
wa-
what,
uh,
what was
it
his
was
name?
just like
Was it
the
like
idea of the character.
did you make it yourself? Like of you?
No, I
You said it's
didn't.
okay if
No, I
you did.
didn't.
Like Boogs. Boogs was born in a small town in California, and you know.
Tired of being a father of four. He's ready to kick some ass.
So if you
No,
if you had a superpower though, what would it be?
well, that's a great question. That's a great
One
question.
superpower.
The one superpower would be to teleport.
Oh my
I
god,
would
I was thinking
teleport.
that in my head just now.
I swear to God.
I
Don't lie.
swear to God, because the first thing I would do is I close my eyes and then imagine where I'd be, and I'd be in there, and then like in a safe, and then take all the cash and
Yeah,
teleport
in the bank,
out.
in the bank. Yeah. You know what's fucked up, bro, is that I was watching this video this week, and a guy went to like I think it was Chase, and he was like, "I have hella money in the bank. I need $100,000 cash." And they were like, "No." Like, what the fuck? What do you mean no? Like, go to the back and get this man his cash. He flashed his account balance. He had like
Yeah.
2 billion or some shit. And he was just like, I just want 100,000 cash. And they said, for what? He was like, it's none of your business. Like, I want my cash. There was a video talking about how like the banking system is like fucked up and corrupt and takes our shit, whatever. But I was like, what the fuck? Like,
But you can't take out
so
$200,000 if you wanted to from your own money, right? If you wanted to. I mean,
they
you
don't
have to
have
go
that
through a
kind of. They
process
don't have
though.
that kind of. Yeah, they don't have that kind of money. So like what you just said, like teleport into a bank vault. There's no money in the bank vault. Like, they have to request
Wait, is it in the
any large
movies?
sum of money.
Is it in the movies? Or there's a giant vault full of cash?
That's all movies, bro. That's all movies. Yeah. So that's why I thought of it. Like I would teleport into a bank vault, right? But the bank vaults are empty, and they have to like call. I don't know who they call. They call the money bank. I don't. The bank's bank. I don't know what the fuck.
Lambo
And they have
knows. The
to.
Federal Reserve, he
They
said.
request. There you go.
All right, well, I'm
See,
gonna
that's
close my eyes and teleport into the Federal Reserve. That's what would happen.
what does that even look like? What does that look like?
That's
Someone's
a really point.
basement?
But your best tool could be Google, right? Google Federal Reserve Vault, and then there's probably pictures in there or something.
I'd probably do that.
Oh damn! My door. Someone's gonna knock on my fucking door like in 10 minutes, bro. I'm gonna be so scared.
I'm not gonna lie. I super like. As you know, I was looking for like side hustles, right? And there was a movie that I just recently watched about credit card fraud, of how like they just go and they grab like the barcodes, and they have this little machine, and they just fucking swipe like
Yeah,
blank
and it keeps the
cards,
numbers. Oh yeah, it loads
and
the numbers up.
they go buy like TVs and sell it. I was like, that's so interesting. And I was like looking it up, and I was like, I should look up how to find the dark web, and I stopped myself. I was like, that's how you get
Wait,
the
wait,
fucking
wait,
FBI at your door.
wait. What is the dark? So the dark web's like. I'm trying to understand this. Like people said dark web. It's not like it's not like a google.com/dark. All right, like what? Like it's. I'm assuming it's like forums that people use and like all these things online that are for
I
illegal
wanted to
activities.
Google it. I want to Google more, honestly. I really do. But it's like I don't want one, my iPhone's already fucking listening to me. Fucking I
True.
don't want that on my search history. Like that this motherfucker's going to the dark web. What? I can't do it.
The dark web is a part of the internet that is indexed by search engines. It's where you go to buy RSS. Is the goal still there? I don't know. Like I just don't know. Like so I mean Lambo put a really good point. So the whole credit card thing. I saw the documentary too, right? So basically how it works, from my understanding, is like if like let's say I'm a credit card bad dude, whatever, right? Like I make credit cards when people stole information. Basically,
Credit
they'll
card bad dude. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how they say it, but basically, like you can go up to people like who work at Taco Bell or someone who works at McDonald's, and then you say, hey, for every credit card you get me, I'll give you $10, right? Or something like $20 or whatever. And then they'll give them
Yeah.
a little card scanner that basically, oh, hello, your total's $14.99 at the first window, right? You hand them your card, and then they grab your card, they swipe the scanner, like it was in their pocket, they swipe the scanner, and then they swipe it on the thing, and they give you card back. No one notices that shit, right? Most of the time. And then at the end of the
Yeah.
day, they'll give that card scanner to the credit card bad guy who, let's say there's 50 numbers. Great, $20 a pop. Here's X amount right here. Boom. And then the credit card bad guy will take that scanner, load it up into his computer or whatever machine he uses, and then has a credit card printer. So basically, it creates credit cards. So you put it in there, and then you slap it, and then you swipe it with the magnetic strip onto the thing,
Yeah.
and then you give it out to your friends or you sell them for X amount of money online. And you keep
On the
swiping
dark web.
on the dark web or to people. So a lot
That's,
of them use it for gas stations, gas,
that sounds like a
or what you
more
did.
more in-depth video than what I saw. What are you looking at?
Hey man. So people who don't know me personally, what I was very good at in my career was investigations.
Don't say credit card fraud.
No, in my career I was in
Oh,
investigations, you know what I'm
oh.
saying? I led a team of investigators, corporate investigators, where we did a lot of investigations on individuals.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. I mean, I was fucking good at my job.
My
Oh,
bad. I
bro,
forgot.
you fuck with me, I will find everything about you. But that's an older time.
How in depth do you go? Because everyone in the chat knows I'm safety now, but I was a recruiter, right? And I could find anybody.
I can find anything,
And
anybody.
how deep do you go though? Are you just talking about like socials? Or are you talking about
Oh,
like social medias? Or are you talking about more
I go deeper, bro. You
like
know.
financial statements?
Oh no, that's too much. That I would need to work
Okay,
with.
okay,
I would need to work with law
okay,
enforcement on that kind of stuff.
okay, good, good.
Like I see. So okay, I'll give you guys another story. So basically, there was this one guy. For my company, I was at my company, another company. I'm gonna say another company because this is on the fucking internet. But basically,
Right.
um, there all of a sudden we were getting all these chargebacks. I'm like, what the hell? And basically, chat. If you don't know what a chargeback is, basically someone will pay for something, and then like a week later, bank will charge you back, saying, "Hey, this card was, I don't know, stolen, or this thing was stolen, so we're gonna take the money back from you." So you lose the product, and then you lose the money at the same time. So you're screwed, right? That's what happens. Because the person will pay at the time, the system doesn't recognize it as stolen. It goes through. The person walks out with $3,000 worth of shit, and then the bank 3 days later charges you back as a company. So a lot of people don't think when people use stolen credit cards that the company has insurance or whatever. No, that's not the case. The bank takes the money from you. You take a loss. You take a loss of the inventory, and then you take a loss on the cash. So this guy racked up like 40 grand, 40 grand on us, whatever, and then with stolen
Dang,
credit
that's a
card information. Oh, dude, it was over
lot of
like
stuff.
6 months. Basically, what they were doing is they're buying stuff at the company and then they're reselling it online, and they're making 100% profit. It's 100% profit, bro. They're not paying anything.
100%. Yeah.
So I figured out a way to work with the bank to say, hey, within 24 hours, before we got charged back, I said, hey, this is all stolen shit. So literally, I tracked the guy down, all his card information, because what he was doing was he was buying it, reselling it, and then taking a receipt at the same time and returning it onto his own debit card. So like he was getting cash refunds. Like there's a whole system that we had to fix. But basically,
Yeah.
about 40 racks. After I stopped all that cash, the guy puts a lawsuit on the company saying, "Where's my money?" And he took us to court. The problem is
Dang.
he assumed that we weren't going to show up and he would win the civil case. So remember, there's difference between civil and criminal. Like you can't like charge criminal stuff at civil court. So basically, my ass goes, this motherfucker really wants to take us to court. So my ass printed out like 3,000 pages worth of evidence, and I
Damn.
fucking show up to the court, bro. I show up with a fat binder, brother, and then when it's our turn for the case, they go, all right, blah 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 versus blah blah blah, and then the guy stands up. I'm here, right? And then is Ross here? Oh, is the company here? And then I stood up, present, and then the guy goes, all right, and I had a big binder with me, and then
What do you say?
the guy look again because in court there's like multiple people there, like different cases. The guy gets
Yeah.
up and he fucking walks out, bro.
I'm done.
Yeah, he's like, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm guilty.
Because bro, he would have got caught up, brother. I'm like, you messed up, buddy.
Damn.
But yeah,
I
man,
thought
like
when, I thought when you said that you're good at finding people, I thought it was like, do you remember that? you remember that one wedding we went to, and then there was that one baddie, and we had no idea like who she was or how she was related to anybody.
Yeah.
This was like before our current wives.
Wait. Who was
And
that Patty?
so this is how I track people down, right? So what I do is I find the table number she's at the wedding, and then you go to the chart of tables and the names of the people at the table,
Oh yeah,
and
that's smart. That's smart.
you take a picture of the names at the table, and then you look up online the names
For
of the
the
baddies.
socials. Yeah, of course. That's
And
a
you
smart
just,
play. That's a smart
that's how
play.
you find. I thought that's how you're talking about. I didn't know you're talking about $40,000 worth of fraud. I thought you were talking about like actual stock.
No, dude. Like, so let's say that we're in the same situation, right? So, but let's say, for example, if I was single, right? If I was single and we saw the baddie at the wedding, I feel like I think the play with the table numbers is looking great, but uh, I would hope we would know more people at the wedding because hopefully they're at the same table with a friend. I will go up to the friend and blah blah. We'll say what's up and be like, oh hi blah blah, and then introduce everybody on the table until I find the baddie. Like oh blah blah, and then I would try to get him drunk, and then we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, that's a really good play. I like that play. I've actually
That's the play.
I mean I've gone to pretty crazy levels of like trying to find out certain things. I've actually reached out to like contacts in like law enforcement, like, hey, I need a favor.
But shut up! No, you did not.
I have, bro. I
No,
have. Yeah.
oh, because we have that connected line there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, hey, here's the license plate
That's
number.
abusing your power.
Here's the license plate number. What do we got?
That's abusing your power, bro. That's too much.
I'm just
Oh,
saying. I'm just saying.
Robert, sorry, I just saw your comment. He said, "Can you get out of the org?
Yeah,
Is there a way to get out of the
yeah,
org?"
I'm sure
Yeah,
you can. Yeah,
we we jump you out.
I was gonna say that no, we don't jump you out, Robert. No, don't believe the guy. We don't jump you out. He's like already in his pledge outfit. Like, oh yeah, can we get out, right? Oh my god. So yeah,
Have you seen that? Have you actually seen that? Like
no.
Google like what's it called? Gang like de-ganging. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but
D gang,
man,
D what?
de-gang. I don't know what it's
Getting
called.
out of a gang.
Yeah, sure. That sounds a lot. Like that sounds better. But bro, some of that shit is fucking crazy, bro. Like that they beat the shit out of people. It's scary. It's scary. Are we ever gonna hit this topic? You know what? Now that we're talking about like law and stuff like that, do kids have it better than we do now? I remember growing up, and my parents would just be like, "Come home by 7." They didn't give a fuck like where I was at, who I was with. They had no. There was no
Wait, how
Apple
old though? How
AirTags.
old though? How old though? Like what we say?
I was like 10.
Oh shit.
I was like 10, bro. And I would just be, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I would go out and just bike everywhere in the city. And I lived in the Bay Area, so it was a big city. And they're just, but nowadays it's different, right? Like
So
you can't,
so if, how about your kids now? Would you say the same thing to your kids?
hell no, hell no. There's this thing called Megan's List or
Megan's
whatever.
Law, I think.
Megan's Law, whatever fuck.
Yeah.
There's registered crazy fucks like everywhere. Now, I guess like back in the day, it was just like ignorance is bliss, right? You don't know where the crazies are, so you're like, all right, my kids will be fine. But now, like like you punch in your address online, and you know where all the crazy people are at, and you're just like, you know what, kids, you're gonna stay inside the house
Man, that's
forever.
crazy. Lambo, make sure to drop me a follow. You know what I'm saying? We can work together on some things. But
You have you on LinkedIn. I love it,
uh,
love it.
so is it you feel like it's more dangerous now for kids than it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
I think the danger level is the same, but I think the awareness of like knowing that the danger is out there is it has increased.
Hmm,
So like,
that's fair.
so my parents are like, they know two of the neighbors, so the whole neighborhood is fine. That's not the
Oh,
case, right?
yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So like the dangers are still there. They've always been there. It's just now that technology information is more accessible, um, you see all the bad shit that's happening, and now you're like, you know what? I don't want you to go anywhere without me. And I don't know if we're just being overprotective parents. Like, what do you think? Like, do you think we're just being overprotective
No, I
or
mean, I think you have every right to do what you think is right for your child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's being overprotective. No, I'm not a parent, so I have no right to say anything in terms of what you think is safe. I mean, better safe than sorry. But what the fuck are my kids doing out fucking by themselves at 7 o'clock afternoon anyway? Like, what they're doing? They should be doing their fucking homework or having dinner. I don't know. I don't know. But
true? True.
but me, like, I think for me as a kid growing up, it was the same as you. Like, I mean, my parents were a little stricter. I feel like because my dad was just pretty
Well,
crazy back then. But like we had curfews, but there wasn't so much for us to do besides going outside and playing. Now, like it's like I like right now my nephews they game a lot, bro. Like they're on the computer a lot. Like
same.
bro, like because back then we didn't have technology. We had literally TV, but I only had
Yeah.
channels 3, 6, 9, 13, 31. Like, like I just had regular channels, like the local channel. I didn't have cable,
Yeah.
and then internet was AOL. I had AOL back
Barely,
then. You had to
barely
log in, and then you
existed.
had the little person running on the screen, and
Yeah.
then that was what we had. And then I had a Nokia phone that I took from my dad. You know what I'm saying? So like communication wasn't there. So like all we did was play outside and skateboard or whatever.
Bro, when I was on AOL, I'd always get like my mom yelling at me. Anak, get off the computer. I need to
I
use
use
the
the
phone
phone.
and
I
call your
know.
auntie.
I know. And then when I was trying to talk to girls on the phone, my mom would pick up sometimes. Hello, mom, I'm on the phone. Like it was such a
Did
different
she
time.
did she ever talk to them? Like, who are you talking to? Did she
No, no, my mom never did that. But I would be on the phone so much they would not be happy.
Yeah.
Like,
I was on the phone so much my parents bought me my own phone line when I was in eighth grade.
oh my god. See, like my parents are hella strict about that, dude. Like, I don't know. I feel like the kids are luckier today in terms of one the more how easier it is for them to access the technology or whatever.
Yes.
But the thing I'm scared about, again, I'm not a parent, right? But I feel like with how social media technology is, I feel like, in my opinion, again, it's just my opinion, chat, right? I just feel like I'm more concerned about like what my kids can see out there in the world, through technology, social media, and all that stuff that can impact their mental health in some shape or form.
Yeah.
That's the thing that scares me, right? Like, let's
That's a
say
big one. I to piggyback off of that, I think it's giving it to them without context is what the downfall is,
I
right?
agree, I
So
agree.
a lot of parents are because I see it, right? I see it where they literally give their children devices so that they don't have to parent their children, right? Like, I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to talk to you. Like, here, take this tablet and I'll see you in 3 hours. And it's like, that's where like they fuck up, right? Like if you give them a time limit or if you give them like a reason or if you actually use the technology with them, like for my kids,
Lambo.
like what
Fucking
do you say?
I blame soccer and the everyone is special mentality.
I fucking hate participation trophies, bro. I hate them.
Oh, I love what
When I
Robert
call
said, bro. Look at Robert said.
is it?
I used
Yes,
to play with dirt, bro. I used to literally shovel dirt and make fucking mountains. Like, oh,
you did?
I am in the backyard, bro. I'm like, okay, oh, oh,
How did, how'd you talk? How'd you talk?
okay, this is great. Oh man, I make a fort. Like that was me back then. Robert
Dude, I
knows.
used to I used to collect roly polies, bro. Is
Oh,
that weird? I used to have like
oh,
fucking
dude, I
hundreds
haven't
of
seen
in like
roly
a ball.
polies in forever.
Are they extinct? I haven't seen them
Are
either.
chat are roly polies still a thing?
Are they even called roly polies?
I don't know, bro. Do you know what roly polies are?
You know what we're talking about? A roly poly?
Does chat
You're
know
like fucking weirdo.
roly? Oh, wait,
Roly poly.
roly poly.
That's a thing.
Get
It
rid of.
has to be a
Oh, they're
thing.
called pill bugs.
Pill bugs. No, that sounds like you're setting up someone for a drug habit.
Hey,
I'm gonna call
did
them
you
roly
know that
poly.
roly poly is the only crustacean that has become completely adapted to spending its life on land? So it used to be in the water, and then they
So
do.
roly poly's not a bug?
Oh,
It's not
they're
classified as a
extinct.
bug?
They're extinct.
No, they're not.
I'm just
For real?
kidding.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, my whole life just fucking passed before my eyes. That's fucked
No,
up. I was
they're still around. But yeah, dude, I haven't seen
I
them
was
in
hurt.
years though.
I haven't either. I'm gonna go look for them right now. I'm gonna pull a robber and start
Here,
playing in the dirt.
chat.
Hopefully, we
Here,
find them.
chat. I'm gonna show you guys what it is while we're talking about this topic. Roly polies. I'm gonna fucking share it. I don't care. I don't think I get demonetized for this.
Demonetized for sharing pictures of roly poly.
I don't know, bro. The internet's weird. Display capture. Um, yeah. Here, chat.
What the fuck?
The roly poly. Do you guys remember this is?
Yes,
That's a
yes.
roly poly, chat.
Those are the
You guys remember
best.
these things?
You flick them a little bit and they turn into a ball.
I know, dude. I would probably go to jail for half the things we did.
They're crustaceans. They're really crustaceans.
Yeah, crustaceans. I didn't know that. There's that, chat.
Hey, bull burritos. Young kids have it easier growing up, but harder once they get older due to lack of work ethic and value of the dollar. All right, so I want to talk about that real quick.
Oh, let's go.
Um, Only because when I was a recruiter, I recruited for full gamut, right? From like entry level positions to executive positions. And to what you're saying, kids coming out of college and they're just like, when I'm doing like pre-screen interviews and I'm like, what are you looking for as far as like a position? They'd be like $85,000. And I'd be like, bitch, for what? The fuck? What the fuck? Like, what the fuck entitles you to $85,000? Like, do you know what that is? Like that's grown money, bitch. Like you barely have pubic hair on your chin.
Oh my
Like
god, no experience coming out the gate.
no
Yeah, that's
experience. But
$40.
you know
That's
what?
$41 an hour.
I was a fucking I was a fucking communications major, and I know how to talk. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like we're talking right now. Like you sound like an asshole. And bro, there was some entitled fucking kid with zero experience, zero community service, zero volunteering, zero interning. They just literally went to school, did 4 years, and got their degree, and they're like, "I want 85,000, and I'm not asking for. I'm not going to take anything less." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah, of course. Then
It
go
was
ahead, bye.
it was crazy.
Yeah,
It was really crazy.
I've actually
Like
had
they
people like that too who come in and interview, and I'd be like, literally no experience and then want like a certain threshold. Oh, well, I did some, googling and I found like a range, and I feel very comfortable at like what, what, like it makes no sense. Like, and again, obviously, because every role has a budget, right? What we can allocate funds for. We have
right,
a range, whatever, and then but the person had no experience. There's no leverage you had. Like, no, this is what we're offering. Like, you can take it or leave it. Like, it just made no sense to me, and it was in line with like what other people were making. So, but I was
yeah,
like, what makes you like think that no experience comes in? I want six figures out the gate. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
it's
I'm sure other
crazy.
companies do that. I'm sure.
I was gonna say, you know who fucks it up? It's companies like I'm gonna name drop, but like Facebook. It's companies like fucking Google, who all right. So their recruiting style, right? Their whole like platform and how they do things is they believe, and this is just from what everybody's told me, right? They believe that associates, like incoming associates, are more productive in their first year of employment than any years after, right? This is why like their turnover rate is so high, is because they'll hire you for 1 year and pay you fucking buku money, but then let you go so that they can bring in the next class of individuals. And the spinoff and how they're selling it is like, hey, you can put Google on your resume, and that's like a buffer for your resume. But it sucks, man, because they give kids
Oh.
who are like straight out of school, who have maybe they are good at what they do, or maybe they don't know their fucking ass from their head, and they'll give them fucking like six figures, 80K, 90K, and fucking get like a year's worth of work out of them, and then kick them to the curb, and it's fucked up, because it
Are they
creates
hired as
like
contractors, not FTEs, right? They're not full times. They're
no,
contractors.
yeah, they'd be on as a contractor, they'd be on a
Ah,
contractor.
smart. It's smart for the company because they're not paying
It's
for
crazy.
benefits. You know what I'm saying? And
Is that true? I call it when I was a recruiter, I called it the honeymoon phase, right? Like when you get a job, like when you first land a job, you do everything you can to be like, I'm gonna do good,
yeah,
I'm gonna do my best, and then after like a year, you're like, you know what? I can go fucking watch YouTube for an hour and no one will know. right? And you start like those bad habits that start getting picked up, and you find out what you're able to get away with.
Yeah, it's like
Does that happen?
so this is how I was thinking about it, because so my first job was at the company I was at for a long time, right? So chat, to give you context, I've been with the company for like 11 years or something. But I started like in the from the bottom, bro. Like I started as like literally an analyst. Like the base amount, and I remember the day I got promoted, bro. I mean, the day I got hired, I was fucking overjoyed. So like I I honestly think that yes, my first year I was productive, but I feel like I'm a much more professional. My work ethic is much more sharper. My knowledge is much more like, it's much greater because I've been in the
Right.
company for so long. But my problem was in the first year though, yeah, I had the drive to be more productive, but I didn't know how to do shit, bro. Like I didn't know how to do
Exactly.
anything, right? Like yeah, I'll pay attention more and I'll be on time, bro. I was still coming in like half drunk the first year. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I don't know. I think everyone's different. Um, but I was making pennies, you know, when I first started the company, and I was learning the ropes of just being a professional. You know, like that transition from being a kid in college to being an adult in the workplace is a tough transition at first. Like it takes
Do
time.
you do you think you would have landed that job if you didn't work those other jobs with me?
No, I know.
No,
I
right?
think
You
everything
just like you just learn, right? You just
it's
learn
all
those
stepping stones to get where I was at because I developed a
exactly.
I wouldn't have gotten the job if I didn't have the mouthpiece that I had, you know, at the time. Like I didn't because again, I didn't know any of the terminology. I didn't know understand the industry like well. You know, going to corporate is tough. Like
Okay.
they want to know your thought process, and the way that I was able to learn how to talk to people, it gave them the impression that okay, this guy has potential versus oh he has experience, which I had none. Literally, it was just school, recruiting, recruiting. Oh, Applebee's is on there. Oh, yeah, great. You know, so like I got those skills that helped me, and then plus my networking with the organization helped a little bit too.
Bull burritos. I don't think I've ever met you, but you're spitting some hard facts right now. One of the biggest differences I've seen nowadays is it's all about climbing the fastest. Back in the days, about who's working the hardest. That is so true. And you know what? As a recruiter, or what a previous recruiter, I can tell you the easiest way to a promotion or to a raise is to jump ship, go to a different company. And I don't recommend that because obviously you have like a bunch of like just jumping on your resume. But if that's what your current life situation is looking for, like another 10K, I literally just turned down $15,000. So it was, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's there. But, I think Lambo said it earlier, right? If you respect your manager and you feel like your boss has like your best interest at heart, then grow with the company and the money will come. And I
Yep,
believe
I
that. I
agree.
think
I agree.
the money will come
Yeah,
eventually.
and I've been with him for 11 years, and it definitely has come. You know, even though I quit the job to do YouTube, but but you know, and I agree with what you know they were saying in the chat. Like I do see those people who don't put in the work but expect to get X amount. I kicked my
Yeah.
ass off, dude, to get where I was at. It was fucking hard, dude, like transitioning, but over time my efficiency has gotten so much better. My efficiency had got so good that I could knock out my job so well that I can have the time to be on social media during work hours, like because I'm so good at like I'm at the point where like oh not a deal here boom 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 present it to like vice presidents and then boom done fucking playing Call of Duty like I'm not worried about it. Over time you get really good at it.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah,
Man,
that got
getting
deep.
so adult. This is
This
adulting
is
right here.
adult topic right now. So
Some adulting shit.
yeah, I like this. You know, I mean we had some comedic spins. You guys know one how my a dog died, and two
That's horrible.
how Boogs would identify a hot woman at a wedding.
That's how
Um,
you do it.
we're part of an organization that
100%.
had a murder and pieces of shit that try to apply for jobs.
Man,
Oh
you know
man,
what? I don't want to call it the demographic, but there's a specific demographic, and I don't want to sound racist, so I'm not going to say it.
yeah, you'll get canceled.
They're fucking entitled as fuck. Like
Wait,
so, and
I'm thinking one in my head, and this is
I'm
all.
not going to confer. We can't get canceled on our fucking
Hey,
second episode
I'm
on our
messaging you in
stuff.
Discord. Okay, you can't look on Discord because your phone's using your phone, right?
I can't. I'm looking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
You can't look at your phone.
So I just remember fucking talking to these individuals, and there was multiple, and they were like 200K for like 6 months of experience,
Two
and
hundred
they
thousand.
they they made me feel stupid for like I can probably get you in at like 140, and they made me feel stupid, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" Like, and I don't want to like generalize that demographic,
But
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 you know who you are.
but
You know who you
but
are.
basically, you've had multiple experiences of that demographic over a lot coming in
Over at
saying
least like 7 years of experience, like recruiting for those particular positions, and I don't know. I just wanted to
what
share that.
okay, so I understand that in the recruiting world you like each recruiter has a specific focus, right? You have to have a focus of like who you
Yeah.
recruit for, right? What was that field that you were specifically focused on?
So I was kind of a jack of all trades. I actually started in general admin recruiting, and then I went specialized in finance and accounting recruiting. And then I jumped for a new department in healthcare. So I did healthcare recruiting for about a year before I passed that on, and then I did about 6 years in like IT recruiting.
So the IT
Yeah,
recruiting is the most experience that you were talking about then, right?
and those motherfuckers
I
want
know what you're
hella
talking about.
fucking
I
money.
know what you're talking about. Oh
I
my
know.
god.
But I'm not gonna say the demographic. I'm not
No,
trying to get
no, you're
canceled.
not gonna get canceled. I think it's fine. Um,
Fucking hell. Dude,
the
can you imagine just be like, "Hi, yeah, I'm ready for my interview. I'd like $300,000."
excuse me,
Like,
what? Like,
like what? I can't even pronounce your name, bitch.
yeah. Now you made it more obvious, bro.
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
But no, I
That could
agree.
be anything.
Uh,
That could be anything.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but I know you're talking about. But I didn't know. Well, obviously, you were in the recruiting world, so I didn't know that part of it. I just feel like my engagement with them has never been fun. It's like, wait, what did you just say? Like,
Yeah.
what? Can you support
What?
this? But I have
No.
to agree though, like certain people
Certain people.
have gone to school and studied like 24 hours a day, and they expect X amount of time. Which I mean, they could be great though, by the way, too.
Oh,
Uh,
there's a plug. Well,
but for $24 a month, Chat GPT will replace your web department. Oh, I'm like, what is that? Wait, what?
I think that was a plug. I think that was a shameless plug, and I appreciate that.
Oh, that is true. What's up, Brad? Hey, but Lambo knows what I'm talking about. Lambo knows. They just oh god. Uh so
Yes, they do.
oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So I mean, dude, what a good episode, bro. That was hype.
I thought that
That
was
was a good
interesting.
episode. I mean, hey, our new channel, we just hit 50 subscribers. We're on the move up. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'd really
Yes,
appreciate it.
sir.
We're sooner or later, you guys are gonna see people from me and Boogs' real life like come into the subscriber count. We're gonna share it with our organization very soon. Um, and we might have future guests here from our organization and other people from our real life that come onto the pod and kind of provide their perspectives on certain things.
Yeah.
We might bring our hot best friend too. I don't know. Like we talk. Hey, chat. Our one of our best friend. It's a she. She goes, I saw you and Boog's podcast with that guy Bunny. I don't like
Yeah.
him.
He's an asshole.
he's
He's a
an
he's an
he's
asshole.
an asshole.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I kind of like him. I thought he was awesome.
Oh, it's AI. They're talking about a chat GPT. Oh, hey, I heard about this chat GPT thing.
What is that?
Bro, it's someone was saying like it's an
Is it
AI.
access to the dark web?
Chat.
It's the wave of the future.
Oh yeah, so
I'm
it's a feature,
interested.
yeah. It's get her and chat with Bunny. Oh, dude. No, dude.
Before we leave, do you think AI is gonna take over? Like,
Yeah,
what
sooner or later,
movies?
bro.
You
Like
really
you
think
like
so?
Terminator kind of thing?
Is it
Skynet
Terminator? I was thinking like Wally.
or Wally?
I got kids, bro. That's the first thing I thought of.
Wally. Well, what about like iRobot? Like those kind of things where the
Oh
machine
yeah,
yeah.
iRobot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think AI is going to be a huge factor in the next I don't know, 50 years. Um I think what's gonna happen is that California and the rest of the U.S. is gonna go all electric in the next 50 years, and then I feel like there's so many things gonna change. We're gonna be old, bro. We're gonna be like, what, in 50 years we'll be what, 90? Oh my god, we'll be like 90.
Holy cow, that's crazy.
I just took a pause right now,
That's
bro.
too
Like,
bad.
holy shit, I just paused. Like, oh my god,
Seriously, I'm actually still tripping out that my son is gonna graduate high school in like the next 6 years. Like
dude,
that's
he'll be in prom in like 4, 3.
that's insane. No, he's I'm not doing math. I can't do math. 5, 5 years, 5 years,
Is it? But
6
you
years.
but you can go to prom when you're a sophomore, right? If
Did
someone,
you go to prom when you were a sophomore? Did someone ask you to go to senior prom when you were a sophomore?
no,
Don't
I
lie.
was a junior.
Yeah, I didn't go either. That wasn't that cool.
I went to, who did I go to prom with? And
Brad asked, "What sort of topics do you guys have coming up?" You know what? We literally make this shit up like throughout the week.
like
We just
we're talking throughout the week, like, oh, we should talk about this, bro. And we talk it up. Like, we literally talked about murder, Brad, just now. One of our brothers, or former brothers from fraternity, was arrested for murder a
farmer.
couple days ago. A couple days ago.
Yeah,
Um, there's a lot of things. If you go back, there's some shit. There's a hidden story that we talked about that hasn't come to light about my past in the last 10 years.
yeah.
That was kind of
I kind
intense.
of kind of regret
Uh,
sharing that.
I know, but hopefully that's limitations, I guess. But I don't know.
If you guys, if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, bring
Leave it in the
our
comment
wives
section.
on. Does size matter?
I think my wife. I think my wife's very happy with what I got. I think my wife's very happy.
I think I'm good too. I mean, I have four
I
kids.
think, yeah, I
I,
agree. I mean, it kept
I have
going.
4 kids. Yeah, it didn't stop. So that's does size matter? That's a good question. Do we need to keep this segment going for another like 30 minutes or something?
Do we need to call in like one of our call a female and ask her does size matter, or call in a
I think
guy?
we should a guy. What the fuck?
We're being inclusive. Does
I
size
know who you're
matter?
talking about. I know who you're talking about because of the wedding. Because of the wedding we were at. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's hilarious. And I wanna ask the same question.
Performance is better. I agree. Performance is better. I mean, you don't want to be too big, in my opinion, because a woman's cervix is small. It's not that big. Like,
Oh yeah.
you don't want to destroy their tummy. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
But a Bella Danger says size does not matter. I mean, true.
Who's a Bella Danger? Who's that?
I don't know who's
Do I,
that.
am
I don't
I
know
supposed to know who that?
who is that.
Who is that?
That shut up. Bella Danger. I mean, I mean, she's pretty. To a certain extent, but we'll see.
There's new ones. There's a lot of new ones out there.
Kids after they have kids, size doesn't matter. Oh, okay. Before we end the segment, Lambo and people who have kids, I know people who are getting or who have kids or have kids for a while. I need to know. All right, is it true that over time with age, the woman's hormones or like her wanting to have sex goes up, but as men, you older it goes down? Is that true?
Are you just talking about like general, like age, like
Like
sex
general
drive?
age, yeah, sex drive. From my understanding, I read that women's goes up over time, men goes down.
I don't think mine's ever gonna go down.
Oh, it depends. Okay, okay. 'Cause I shoot my shot once a day. You know what I'm saying? And if I at least get 3 times a week, I'm happy.
That's not a bad weekly ratio.
Yeah, I mean, but then when you factor in kids, obviously that changes, right? And all those things. But I don't know. If my wife would say yes, I'd take it daily.
Yeah. Oh, I
Okay.
have a better question. There's a lot of guys in the chat. There's a lot of guys in the chat. Have you ever told your wife no? Have you like she's coming on to you and you're like, babe, I'm just like not in the mood right now. Like, have you ever said that? Yes? Or
Whoa!
how did it go? Like, how'd she take that? Was she like, fuck you?
For L, oh, yeah, but Brad said for LOLs. Did you do it again
Oh, for
after the LOL?
that.
Never turned it down. But she needs cuddles to feel love. Screw that 25. Because Leo's been married for a long time. You should know you are loved. That's facts. We're married. You know I love you. Just I'm tired.
Real quick story. Real quick story. So when me and my right now my wife of 4 kids over like 13 years together, the first time that sex came up, I turned her down.
Like in general.
I told you this. I told you
Oh
I
yeah,
turned
you
her down.
did. But that was a
And
play though. That was a
it
play.
was it was a play, and she called her best friend, and I know this because I talked to her best friend, and she goes, "I think he's gay."
But the goal was for her to be like, okay, he just want to sleep with me. Like this
Exactly.
guy's a gentleman kind of thing.
That
Because
was
you knew
that
you're
was
gonna
the
get it.
play.
You knew you're gonna
I
get it.
wanted it. I wanted long term. I wanted long term, and that was the play, and it worked. It worked
I've
out.
done that before too, and it has worked. Where you kind of say
It was.
no.
It's a risky play. It's a risky play. I'll tell
Yeah,
you that.
yeah. I've never said no to my wife ever. No,
Ever, even
no.
when you guys are dating.
Yeah, no. In the beginning, well, so I think I did the same little play to you. Like, so so one time we weren't dating yet. We were kind of talking to each other, and she was hella bored in the bay, and she goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm at my house chilling, and she's like, "Oh, can I come through and hang out?" I'm like, "Sure." So she came through, and she got fucking drunk, bro. Like, we had
Oh God.
sake, and she got plastered, and to a point where like, okay, this girl is drunk. She goes, "Can I spend the night?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And then she goes, "Do you have basketball shorts?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I grabbed some basketball shorts and I give it to her. She fucking undresses. Like I never seen her name at all. We were just start talking, and she just
Oh
in my
shit.
kitchen puts it on, and then she lays on my bed, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, this is not, like." She's like, "Come here." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sleep on the floor. You can stay on the bed."
No,
Uh,
you didn't
I
sleep on
swear
the
to
floor.
God,
You
I
told
swear
me
to
to.
God, to this day. So and then she laid on the bed and then she fell asleep and I fell asleep on the floor. Tell me why the next day her best friend called me and says, "You are such a gentleman." She told me that you let her sleep on the bed, you slept on the floor.
A gentleman.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, that's an encouraging call. I got the call saying, "Are you gay?
no,
What's wrong
like
with your
no, she
dick?" I was like,
because her best friend and I were friends already too. So like
"Oh, okay.
and
That's
she
not good."
goes and she was like, "Oh, I told you this guy's a great guy. He would never do that." A week later,
10 years later, you're married. There you go. Leave it
Yeah,
at that.
that's a good point. Yeah, 10 years later we're married. Yeah, 10 years we're married. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, okay. Last question, chat. This is the last
Here you go.
question before we end it. Okay. Have you ever? And first question goes to Boogs though first. Then I'll ask the chat. Have you
Okay.
ever faked it with a girl?
Yes.
You have? I have
And you
too.
know which one.
Once.
And you know which one too.
The same one?
No, the one that I asked you to call to get out of, and then I ignored your call, and I just I had to get out. I had to get out of it.
Oh my God, M.
Yeah, I had. That's a story for another time.
Oh my
That's a
God.
story.
Yes, I actually faked it. Yeah, before
You have?
I have faked it with the
All right.
letter
For
J.
the chat, just one time. For the chat, one time.
Yeah.
Can you give like your fake ooh face?
My fake face.
The
Yeah.
fake like what? Like, your facial expression like when you faked it. There has to be a facial
So yeah,
expression.
when I fake it, so this is for the meme, right? It's easy, Lambo. Trust me, it's easy.
This
It's
is what it
easy.
looks like. He's gonna show.
So like you're doing your thing, and she's like, "Are you there yet?" I'm like, I'm trying, I'm trying." I'm like, ah ah ah, and then she gets up, and then she runs to the bathroom, and then goes to the shower. That's how you fake it. One time, I only
Oh,
done it once.
she went to the bath, so she found it. So she knew you lied. So she knew
No,
you lied.
no, what's the bathroom because they go to the shower right away and they start showering out, right? They do the.
I bet you she looked for it and she's like, "The fuck?"
Really? I don't know. I don't know. But then
You had to ask her.
I admitted to her like 2 years later, and she was like, "Really? Why?" I'm like, "I don't know. I did."
She was probably like, "Really? I know, bitch."
But I don't know.
Who'd you ask her?
The tan lines were so weird. Like they had like random tan lines. I'm like that's kind of weird. Like literally, the girl had like tan lines like on her boobs. Like it was just weird to me. I couldn't do anything. I was like,
Because it was like July and it was hella hot and people go to the beach, bro.
but it
That's
was
messed
weird.
up.
It was like nice tan, just like white tan lines right here. Like I was like, what the fuck is that? It just wasn't my thing at the time.
That's
Uh,
funny.
I don't know. But
That's
chat,
funny. That's funny that I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, I know you do. Chat, I had a great episode, Booth. That was fun, brother. We
That was
we
dope.
we chat. We're gonna be consistent about this every Saturday, so make sure to share this link with your friends or people who kind of like enjoy these kind of topics that are not about Rise of Kingdoms. And we really appreciate the support. Like, subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Any last words from you, Boogs, before we drop off from this episode?
Say it again. If there's any topics that you guys want to talk about, we're here for you guys, right? We're really doing this so that we can catch up, and we love hearing your guys' input. So anything that you guys want to talk about, let us know. We'd be happy to bring it onto the show. If you want to be on the show, fuck it.
Dude, that would be dope.
Fuck it, Lambo. I think we gotta bring
Oh,
Lambo onto
dude,
the show. Honestly,
I would love to
I'm
have
down to bring
Lambo on
Lambo.
the show. It'll be
I'm down to have Lambo on the show. That'd be dope.
hey, maybe we could do it next week. Well, Lambo,
Yes,
we'll
sir.
talk. Next episode gonna have to
Next
be
up,
some dude.
we're talking shit. I don't think we've had one episode where we didn't talk about that.
I
Is it?
think I think the next episode will be like, who's your favorite porn star of all time?
Oh, that's a good one because yours is so old, bro.
No,
Get a
my
new one.
God, stop it. Okay.
Get a new one. All
Classic.
right,
We'll talk about
get a
it.
new one.
You have one in mind right now, but yours changes a while. I'm sure
Mine
every guy
changes
here has one.
every month.
So, no, mine changes too. It's just that, but this one's like the epitome. Like this was like
You're lying.
this is
You're
my
lying.
peak.
It doesn't change.
I'm still watching 2006 one. Lambo, hey
Oh,
Lambo,
man.
like actually, everybody has one. I think. Yeah, I think Lambo would be a great one. I mean, Lambo, would you be interested in being part of that? Like, that'd be one of the topics. Obviously, this podcast can go into different directions, like depending on what it's talked about in chat and what me and Boogs bring up. But I think that would be a good headliner. Like, who is your favorite? You know,
Oh god.
if you said like Mandingo, I'd be like, "Are you serious, bro?"
When you first fucking sent me that, I swear to God, I was so fucking mad at you, bro.
Wait, which
And
one?
I clicked the link, and it was just like BBC all over. I was so
Chat,
fucking
chat.
mad at you, bro.
Oh, Brandy Love.
I
That's
was.
classic. See, Brandy Love's classic. So wait,
Yeah,
so you don't know who Brandy Love is? Oh my god.
uh-uh.
Madison Ivy, classic. Hey, Brad,
Oh,
brunette or
you're
blonde?
gonna get this guy excited. You're gonna get this.
You,
Seriously, I'm with Kiss My Ass. I only remember their name for like a week, and
dude,
then I have to
the
change
reason
their
why you
their
remember
name.
the names is that you can look at different VODs of like their other work. Come on, dude.
Good lord. All right, guys. This was a fun week. Let's keep this going. I think I know what we're gonna talk about next week.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in.
See,
Um,
we appreciate it, guys. Yes, I'm sure.
role playing. Oh, lot. Don't bring up role playing in Redline. Don't don't do it.
Oh, dude, yeah. Madison Ivy brunette is spectacular.
Oh lord.
Yeah,
See? Now we know who is excited.
yeah. All right, chat. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you guys very much. Peace out, chat.